Hi YouTube, welcome to the Life of Joe. Today I'll be installing new wheels with all-season tires on my 2021 Tesla Model S Plaid. So I'm going to cover several things in this video. One, why did I go with all-season tires instead of just running the tires that came with the Tesla Model S Plaid? Two, why did I go with T Sportline wheels? Three, what the 20-inch T Sportline TS5 wheels look like. And four, just some tips on swapping wheels and tires on a Tesla Model S Plaid and Model S Long Range, as it's the same process. The Tesla Model S Plaid and Long Range come with summer tires. So summer tires are intended for use at temperatures above 40 degrees Fahrenheit, where they provide maximum grip when they're hot. In the cold, summer tires get really hard. So it's the opposite of snow tires, which stay soft in the cold. This results in reduced traction when using summer tires in the cold. They're basically unusable in the snow. The tires may get the car moving, but try to turn or try to stop and it's not going to do what you want it to do. My OEM tires at 1 year old and 18,000 miles had shown signs of dry rot or cracking, and I think that was due to the cold, having gone through one winter with them. Since I just purchased these tires a month ago at a cost of $2,356.97, yes, almost $2,400 for a set of tires, I didn't want to ruin them by driving them in freezing temperatures. The compromise in traction is not good for the tire. Bad all around. Why didn't I just buy all-season tires for the OEM wheels? I had a flat because one of my tires that went through the cords and they didn't have all-season tires available at the time. Let's take a look at the T Sportline wheels. These are the T Sportline TS5s. In 20-inch, they're 20 by 10 with Michelin Pilot Sport All Season 4 in 285, 35, 20. How can you tell that it's an all-season tire? Well, you look for the letters M and S, written just like that on the tire, which stands for mud and snow. Why did I go with T Sportline wheels? No, I'm not sponsored by them, but I did take advantage of their Black Friday promotion. I like that they are hub-centric, which means that the diameter here matches the diameter of the hub on the car, so we don't have to deal with centering rings, which in my experience resulted in a lot of times my wheels getting stuck on the car. And the lug holes work with the factory lug nuts. So one less thing to buy. These are finished in satin black. They also come in satin gray. I like that T Sportline wheels have been designed and tested for Teslas. Teslas are heavy and they need a wheel that's strong enough. Having dealt with lightweight wheels before, which are strong, but there's a compromise between weight and strength to some degree. I'd rather have a strong wheel, but also one that's not too heavy. The OEM tires are a 265 35 21 in the front and a 295 30 21 in the rear. What I went with is as I mentioned earlier, is a 285 35 20, but square all around. So it's same size tire, front and rear, which means that they could be rotated. The wheels are 20 by 10, so they are a ½ an inch narrower than the OEM rear wheel. The tread wear on the tire is 540 versus 300 of the factory tires, which are Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. The fitment should be a little bit more aggressive, as the front wheel and tire are wider, and the rear has a lower offset. So I'm expecting it to stick out about 17.7 millimeters more in the front and 11.4 millimeters in the rear. In addition to what you see here, I also bought black lug nut covers, as we'll see later what the OEM lug nuts look like when they're exposed. A little bit too much contrast for me. What do we need to do the swap? Here are the tools: jack and jack stands, a torque wrench set to 129 foot-pounds, which is what Tesla recommends for the lug nut torque, breaker bar, a 21 millimeter socket with an extension, gloves, a magnetic holder for the lug nuts, and jack pad pucks. Also, don't forget a cup of coffee. That's always good on a cold day like today. Let's weigh the T Sportline wheel. The T Sportline wheel and tire combo weighs 60.6 pounds. we'll weigh the OEM wheels when we take them off. First, we're gonna raise the suspension up just to give some more room to get the jack underneath the car. Then we're gonna put the car in jack mode. That will disable the air suspension so that it doesn't try to adjust when a wheel is off the ground. All right, I'm gonna set my phone up and go through the process of swapping out the wheels and tires. The rear wheel and tire is 67 pounds. The front wheel and tire is 60.6 pounds. So the T Sportline is essentially equivalent to the weight of the OEM front wheel and tire. The wheels and tires are installed, lug nuts have been torqued. Before I take it for a drive and retorque the lug nuts and put the lug nut covers on, I'm gonna check the tire pressure. So 39 PSI. I'm gonna adjust the ball to 46. All right, tires have all been inflated to 46 PSI. I filled it to that pressure because that's what the Tesla Service Center had filled my tires to when I had them changed recently. That was to improve my tire wear, where it was wearing on the inside. They had suggested inflating it slightly higher to help with that. And I know my tire wear is probably due to me driving with my car in low setting, but that's just the way I like to drive. I'm gonna reset the TPMS to learn the new sensors, retorque the lug nuts, and then put the lug nut covers back on. Then we'll be done. It's been a week since I installed the wheels and tires, and I put 300 miles on them. The grip in the cold is much better. Haven't noticed any slipping under normal driving conditions. I noticed a little more mid-range frequency road noise. The overall volume hasn't gone up much. It went from 79 decibels to 80 decibels at 70 miles per hour. One thing I didn't expect was the decrease in efficiency. I used to average around 330 watt hours per mile on the highway. My first trip with these wheels and tires, which was 100 miles, I had experienced around 450 watt hours per mile. Since then, it has gotten a little better. I'm experiencing now between 380 and 400 watt hours per mile, but it's still not where it was. So hopefully as the tires break in, my efficiency will return to where it was before. Now, it could also be because of the offset of the wheels where they stick out a little bit more. That impacts aerodynamics, and also the shape of the wheel. The factory wheels are designed with aerodynamics in mind. That's all for now. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Please like this video. I'd really appreciate the support. Thank you for watching The Life of Joe.